A few days ago, I asked you guys to comment some of your questions regarding the Packers, and in this video, there's one question I want to touch on. It was asked by Jake. Thanks for the question. He asked, how is Marshawn Lloyd? And so I think when we look at Marshawn Lloyd, there hasn't been that much talk about Lloyd, and it's very understandable because he was injured a majority of the season. He missed most of training camp with a hamstring injury. He then suffered an ankle injury in week 2 where he had 10 snaps, which was his total amount of snaps for the entire season. And then near the end of the year, when he was nearly ready to come back, he gets appendicitis and misses the rest of the season. And so for Marshawn Lloyd, the Packers 2024 draft pick, third-round draft pick last year, it just was very unfortunate because of all the injuries he suffered. And because of that, we just haven't really talked much about him. But according to Ben Sermons, Packers running backs coach via Matt Schneidman, he said that Lloyd is a full go. And so that's great news for Lloyd, who dealt with a ton of injuries last year. And I think if you're the Packers, you just hope that he can stay healthy. Because there's a reason the Packers drafted him in the 3rd round. He is insanely explosive. He's the fastest Packers running back on the roster. Fastest 40 time, 4.46. The other guys are in the mid 4.5s to low 4.6s. Josh Jacobs, Emmanuel Wilson, and Chris Brooks as well. And I do think that if Lloyd is fully healthy, I think there's a very, very good chance that he solidifies himself as the number 2 running back. And that's nothing against Emmanuel Wilson or Chris Brooks, who were both very productive last year. Emmanuel Wilson, 4.9 yards a carry, 502 rush yards, 4 rush touchdowns. Chris Brooks played well, 180 or so rush yards, 5.1 yards per carry. And so it's not like those guys were struggling. They were playing really solid football. I just think that Marshawn Lloyd has a skill set that no other Packers running back has, and it just comes to that explosive home run, speed, crazy ability, crazy burst. If you just watch some of his highlights, you'll see the just insane traits he has when it comes to speed, agility, things like that. And I think for a Packers offense that was really, really good when it came to just running downhill, Josh Jacobs, great after contact. I think that Marshawn Lloyd is the type of guy that could really give the Packers an aspect of their offense that they didn't have quite as much last year in some of those more explosive runs. Josh Jacobs had a lot, but a lot of it was just because his ability to break through tackles, yards after contact. But I think to have a guy like Lloyd, who when he gets in the open space is just insanely fast, I think that's something that could really help the Packers in 2025. And that's why I feel like Marshawn Lloyd could easily step into that role, just because the other guys don't really have that same skill set. And I think it all comes down to, can he stay healthy? It looks like right now, according to Ben Sermons, he is healthy. And we just have to hope that going forward through the rest of this training camp, or when training camp comes around, that he can stay healthy. But I really do think that we need to watch out for him. He's a very good chance to come in right away and be that number 2 back if he can stay healthy. And if you're a team that drafts a guy that high, you don't want to just put him behind 2 other guys unless they're playing better football. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. For more Packers content, feel free to subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys next time.